This video is all about this little button here, the timeline button on the Pivot Table Analyze ribbon. Clicking that button will insert a timeline into your worksheet. The timeline will be connected to a pivot table, and it allows you to easily filter the pivot table by year or quarter or month or day. In fact, if you have more than one timeline in your worksheet, you can filter in multiple ways. If you want to follow along, you can download a copy of the practice file from the link in the description below. So here I have sales data for Excellent Ice Cream, a company that makes and sells ice cream. This is a list of all the sales between the 1st of January and the 19th of May 2022. I have two pivot tables. One shows the revenue generated by each flavour, and the other shows the revenue generated by each store. I've selected the first pivot table. I'm going to click on Pivot Table Analyze and Insert Timeline. It gives me a list of any column from the source data that includes dates, and the only one is order date. So I'm going to select it and click OK. And what we have there is a timeline. I'm going to move the timeline. I'll just place it here below the pivot tables and resize it. If I use the scroll bar, I can scroll back to the beginning of the timeline. And I'm going to click on Jan. Not on the word Jan, but on the little marker underneath it. And what that does is that applies a filter to that pivot table, just the first pivot table in F and G, because that's where my cursor was when I added the timeline. If I click on Feb, it now applies a filter again to the same pivot table, showing me the revenue for February. If I click on May, it does the same thing. And if I click on June, there is no data for June. Remember, this data goes from January to May. Unlike a slicer, the timeline doesn't contain an option to hide items with no data, hence we've got June through to December. To clear the filter, I click on the icon at the top right, which has got the little red cross on it. I'm then going to change months to quarters. So click on the word months or the drop down arrow and choose quarters. And you can see that it changes the timeline. I'll then click on quarter 2 and I'll click on quarter 1. And what if I wanted to expand the quarters to show quarter 1 and quarter 2? I can point my mouse at the right hand side of quarter 1 and drag to the right. And that will highlight quarter 1 and quarter 2 and then clear the filter. Now I can do the same thing with the months as well. So I'll change that back to months and I'll scroll back to the left hand side and I'll click on Feb and click on the right hand side of the Feb bar and expand it across March and April. So that pivot table now is showing us the revenue for February, March and April. Let's clear the filter. I can change the months to years. We've only got 1 year in this example. Or I could change it to days. And what we see now, if I scroll back to the beginning of the year, or I can just leave it where it is, but I can select either individual days or I can drag the mouse over a range of days. Let me set that back to months and then connect the timeline to both pivot tables, because at the moment the timeline is only attached to the first pivot table. So with the timeline selected, I'll go up to the timeline tab on the ribbon, click on Report Connections, and it shows me all the pivot tables in this file. All pivot tables have names. So the one in F and G is called Pivot Table 1. We know that because it's already got a tick in it, and that's the one that's connected to the timeline. So if I tick Pivot Table 2, both pivot tables are now connected to that timeline. Click OK. And to test it out, what I will do is click on Feb, and both pivot tables change. So we're seeing the revenue per flavour for February and the revenue per store for February, and then clear that filter. You can change the colour. So with the timeline selected, go up to the timeline menu and you can choose a different colour. So let's just go for that orange colour. You can also change the caption. So where it says order date, again on the timeline ribbon, on the very left hand side, I'll change that to say filter pivot tables by month and press enter, and you can see that that now appears on the slicer itself. For this timeline, I don't want users changing months to quarters or years or days. So I'm going to untick from the timeline menu, I'm going to untick time level, and that then disappears from the timeline. I now want a second timeline connected to both pivot tables that lets me filter by quarter. So with that timeline selected, I'll simply copy and paste it. Control C, Control V, and then move the copy to wherever I want it. I'll change the caption of this second pivot table. So it says filter pivot tables by quarter. And that then pulls through onto the timeline itself. I need to bring back the time level, the time selector. So I'll tick time level, change that to quarters, and then untick time level so that users can't change that. If I want to change the colour, I can do that. So if I now select January and February from the first timeline, you can see what it's done on the second timeline. It's selected about 2/3 of quarter one. If I expand that to March, it's now selected the entire quarter one. If I then clear the timeline filter from the top slicer, it's then reset both timelines. And for the second timeline, if I click on quarter two, what that has done is it has selected April, May and June from the first timeline. And that's it. How to add timelines to your pivot tables in Excel. I hope the video helped you out. If it did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like more Excel tips and tricks, check out my website at theexceltrainer.co.uk. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video, but until then, have an excellent day.